Okay, so we're diving into Lido and liquid staking today. We've got some really cool stuff to dig into.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
We've got this awesome YouTube video from the Blockchain Student Association, EPFL. They actually talked to a Lido developer.
Oh, wow.
And they've got some helpful visuals in there too, so we can really see what's going on.
Visuals always help.
You really do.
Yeah, Lido, it can seem kind of intimidating from the outside, all the technical stuff.
Right.
But it's really a way to get involved with how Ethereum works, maybe earn some rewards along the way. You don't need to be like a coding genius or anything.
And you don't need to be a whale with tons of crypto.
Exactly. Anyone can get involved, which
That's
is
right.
really cool.
Yeah, the video did a good job of breaking that down. Like, I felt like I had a front row seat to the whole thing.
It's a fascinating world.
So, should we start with Ethereum's switch from proof of work to proof of stake? That seems like the core of what Lido's all about.
Definitely. Yeah, proof of work. Think of it like the old way of doing things. Tons of computers using a ton of energy.
Like a giant energy suck.
Right. Just to solve these crazy complex math problems, all to secure the network that's proof of work.
And proof of stake changes that.
Big time. Now it's about how much you've actually invested in the network, having some skin in the game.
So instead of solving equations, you're saying, I believe in Ethereum by putting your ETH on the line.
Exactly. More sustainable, way more accessible. You don't need a whole server farm to participate.
Right, which is where Lido comes in.
Exactly. They make staking simple, no matter how tech-savvy you are.
Okay, so let's break that down. The video mentioned you need 32 ETH to become a validator on Ethereum 2.0.
Yeah, that's the magic number.
Which is a lot of ETH for most people.
For most people, it's a pipe dream.
Exactly. So how does Lido help with that?
Okay, so with Lido, you can stake any amount of ETH you have, big or small, and they give you what's called stETH in return.
stETH. Okay, I'm following.
Think of it like a tokenized version of your staked ETH, like a receipt from the Lido Bank.
I like that analogy.
It shows you've deposited your stake, and it represents your ETH plus any rewards it generates.
So it's not just sitting there doing nothing.
Not at all. This is where things get interesting. This stETH, you can use it in other parts of DeFi ecosystem. You know, decentralized finance.
Oh, okay. So it's like earning interest on your interest.
You got it. Loans, trading, all sorts of stuff. You're not just locking your ETH away like in the olden days.
So you can use it while it's still staked. Very cool.
Exactly. Your investment is still working for you. But the video really stressed how important decentralization
as node operators, whatever those are.
Yeah, 9. And get this, one of them actually had a fire in their data center.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, crazy story. But it proves their point. Even with something like that happening, the network didn't even flinch.
Because it's spread out.
Exactly. Other operators picked up the slack, kept everything running smoothly.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's decentralization in action, makes the whole system way more resilient and secure.
So it's not just talk, they're actually doing it.
Exactly. And it's reassuring, right, if you're thinking of staking with them.
Definitely. But there's more, right? What about this Lido ecosystem they kept mentioning?
Oh, yeah, it gets even more interesting. Lido's not just about staking. It's like this whole world they've built.
A whole ecosystem.
Yeah. They integrate with other DeFi protocols, opens up all sorts of possibilities. Like you can use that stETH on Curve Finance. That's a big decentralized exchange.
Okay, so you can do even more with your stETH.
Yep. Trade it for other stable coins, earn some trading fees. And then there are the Lego grants.
Lego grants. Okay, now that just sounds like fun.
Right.
What are those all about?
It's actually a brilliant move by Lido. They're using these grants to encourage new ideas and growth within their system.
So Lido is investing in its own future.
Exactly. Funding projects that could benefit the whole Lido community.
So it's like a venture capital fund, but specifically for anything Lido related.
That's a great way to put it. And they're funding projects across a whole bunch of different categories, like making Ethereum staking even better, integrating with other blockchains.
Oh, so Lido isn't just about Ethereum anymore.
Nope. They're branching out. They're also funding developer tools, community building projects, the whole shebang.
That's awesome. And the video made a point of saying that Lido wants to make these grants accessible to like even small teams, easy to work with.
Yeah, they're not just looking to fund the big players.
Which is really cool. It shows they actually value innovation no matter where it comes from.
Exactly. A small team with a brilliant idea has just as much shot as a big company.
So let's say I'm listening to this and I'm like, hey, I've got a killer idea for making liquid staking even better. Could I potentially get funding from Lido for that?
It's definitely possible. And it doesn't have to be some hardcore technical project either.
Okay, good to know.
They've mentioned funding things like educational content about staking or just explaining liquid staking in simple terms, anything that benefits the community.
That's amazing. So we've covered a lot of ground here. We talked about Ethereum switching to proof of stake, how Lido makes liquid staking easy, how important decentralization is, and this whole Lego Grants initiative. But how does this impact someone who's just learning about Lido for the first time?
That's the million-dollar question, right? Look, if you're holding ETH and you think it has a bright future, Lido gives you a way to actually participate in that future.
Not just holding on to your ETH and hoping for the best.
Exactly. You're not just a spectator anymore. And you don't need to be a tech wizard or have a ton of ETH to get started.
Plus, with stETH, your investment isn't just sitting there. You're earning passive income from staking while still being able to use that stETH in DeFi.
It's like having your cake and eating it too. Talk about a win-win.
Exactly. You got the potential to earn from both sides, staking rewards and whatever you do with your stETH.
And it's not just about profits either, right? You're becoming part of something much bigger by getting involved with Lido.
You're helping to make the Ethereum network more secure and decentralized.
Exactly. It's exciting stuff. Now, this video focused mainly on Lido's role within Ethereum.
Right.
But they did mention that they're not limiting themselves to just Ethereum anymore. They're branching out to other blockchains as well.
Oh, yeah. They talked about working with the Terra blockchain and their Luna cryptocurrency.
Exactly. Seems like Lido has a much bigger vision in mind.
Becoming the go-to platform for liquid staking across any proof-of-stake blockchain.
It's possible. They see liquid staking as a core part of the whole blockchain space, and they want to lead the charge.
That's a bold goal, but it looks like they're off to a good start. Of course, like with any investment, especially in DeFi, it's crucial to do your own research.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Don't just jump in headfirst because it sounds cool.
Right. You need to understand the risks, too. Take some time to read up on how Lido approaches security.
Like what happens if a node operator goes offline?
Oh.
Or what they do to keep your ETH safe.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing.
Yeah, all that stuff is definitely important to understand. But the video did at least touch on how Lido manages those risks. They talked about oracles.
Yeah, oracles. Those are key.
Yeah, all the different node operators, their whole reward system. Pretty complex stuff.
It is. Definitely gets into the weeds.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of the point of these deep dives, right? We don't need to understand every single detail.
Right, just get the bigger picture.
Exactly. The main thing is Lido has built this system that's supposed to be super reliable, even if something unexpected happens.
Which goes back to the whole decentralized thing, right?
Yeah, if one part of it has a problem, the rest can keep running.
Exactly. No single point of failure.
That's the beauty of it.
It's pretty smart. Okay, so we've talked about Ethereum switching from proof of work to proof of stake, how Lido simplifies liquid staking, how important that decentralized system is,
Right.
and their whole Lego Grants initiative, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, lots of interesting stuff going on there.
So, with all that said, for someone who's just now hearing about Lido, how does all this directly impact them? What's the takeaway?
That's the million-dollar question, right? I think the key here is if you're holding on to ETH
Right.
and you believe in it long-term, you believe in its future, Lido actually lets you be a part of that future, not just, cross your fingers and hope your ETH goes up in value.
It's not just sitting in your wallet doing nothing.
Exactly. You're not just a spectator. You're actively participating.
And you don't need to be super technical or have tons of ETH to do it.
Nope. Anyone can get involved, which is really cool.
And then there's the whole thing with stETH. You're not just locking your ETH away, right?
Right. Your investment is still working for you, even while it's staked.
You can have your cake and eat it too.
Exactly. You've got those passive staking rewards coming in, and then you can use your stETH in DeFi and potentially earn even more.
It's a win-win, really.
Absolutely. And it's not just about potential profits either, right? There's something really cool about being a part of something bigger.
Yeah, you're helping to shape how this whole ecosystem evolves.
Exactly. You're contributing to how secure and decentralized Ethereum is.
Which is huge.
It's pretty exciting stuff when you think about it.
It is. Now, the video focused mainly on Lido and Ethereum, but they did mention they're branching out to other blockchains.
Oh, yeah. They're not just sticking to ETH anymore.
They specifically mentioned working with Terra and their Luna cryptocurrency.
Right, which is interesting.
It seems like Lido's got a much bigger vision, maybe becoming this multi-chain platform for liquid staking across tons of different cryptocurrencies.
It's definitely a possibility. They're definitely positioning themselves for it. They seem to believe that Liquid staking is going to be a huge part of the future of blockchain, and they want to be leading the charge.
Yeah, and they've got a good head start, of course, like with any investment, especially in the DeFi space.
Always important to do your research.
Right, you can't just jump in because it sounds cool.
Exactly. There are always risks involved. You really need to understand how Lido approaches security, what happens if a node operator goes offline, all the important stuff.
Yeah, the video touched on some of the technical details behind it that they mentioned oracles.
Yeah, oracles are key.
And all the different node operators, the reward distribution system. It's a lot.
It can get pretty complex, for sure.
But I think the main takeaway is Lido's built this system that's supposed to be robust, reliable, even if something unexpected happens, which goes back to that whole decentralized approach, right?
Exactly. Spreading out the risks so there's no single point of failure. Really smart stuff.
It really is. It's pretty reassuring, actually.
Yeah, it's designed to be pretty bulletproof.
Yeah.
But you're right. Always, always do your own research.
100%. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Lido and liquid staking, what's the big takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
I think the main thing to remember is we've only scratched the surface here. This video gave us a really good overview of Lido and this whole world of liquid staking.
Right, it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly. But what's exciting is it shows us where things are headed, the future of Ethereum, the power of DeFi. It's all evolving so quickly.
And it's not just for the big players anymore.
Exactly. Anyone can get involved, and that's what's so cool about it.
It's about democratizing finance, giving everyone a chance to participate.
Exactly. So don't be afraid to explore, ask questions. This is a learning process for everyone.
The space is changing so fast, it's important to stay curious.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe this deep dive sparked an idea for someone listening.
Right? Maybe they'll be the next ones developing some groundbreaking DeFi app, applying for one of those Lego grants.
That would be awesome.
It would. Well, this has been an incredible look into the world of Lido, liquid staking, and the future of decentralized finance.
It really has.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.